Hello FactMac fans, ready for another intriguing exploration? Buckle up. We at FactMac are on a mission, a journey, navigating through the labyrinth of fascinating theories that captivate our minds. Our aim? To investigate and debunk or confirm these theories. We encourage you, our fellow truth seekers, to share our channel and join us on this quest, because the truth isn't always as it seems. Now, let's dive into today's topic, investigating the flatness of the Earth and whether we are trapped under a dome. Ever heard of the flat Earth theory? It's more prevalent than you might think. Let's take a journey back in time to when the idea of a flat Earth was not just a theory but a widely accepted fact. The ancient civilizations of the Greeks, Egyptians, and Chinese all considered the Earth to be flat. They believed that it was a disk floating in the ocean, with the heavens above and the underworld below. Fast forward to the modern era, and you might be surprised to find that the flat Earth theory is still alive and well. The Flat Earth Society, founded in the mid-20th century, continues to champion this belief. Their conviction? The Earth is a flat disk, with the Arctic Circle in the center and a giant wall of ice, what we call Antarctica, surrounding the edges. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone believe in such a theory in the age of space travel and satellite imagery? Well, the proponents of the flat Earth theory have their reasons. They argue that our senses perceive the Earth as flat and that the idea of a spherical Earth is a conspiracy perpetuated by governments and space agencies. In fact, they often question the authenticity of images from space, suggesting that they are digitally manipulated. They also argue that airplane flight paths make more sense on a flat map than on a globe. And what about gravity, you ask? They propose that the Earth is constantly accelerating upward, creating the illusion of gravity. So we've taken a brief tour of the flat Earth theory, from its ancient roots to its modern-day proponents. It's a fascinating belief system, one that challenges our understanding of the world and the universe. But what's the evidence, you ask? Well, that's where things get even more intriguing. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the theories, the arguments, and the evidence surrounding the idea of a flat Earth. We'll be weighing the claims and counterclaims, sifting through the facts and the fiction. So, buckle up. It's going to be a fascinating ride. Scene script. Scientists have plenty of evidence for a spherical Earth. Let's look at some key points. First off, let's talk about gravity. Sir Isaac Newton, a name most of us are familiar with, formulated the law of universal gravitation in the 17th century. This law states that every particle of matter in the universe attracts every other particle with a force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. This force pulls everything towards the center of mass, creating a spherical shape. If the Earth were flat, gravity would pull everything towards the center, and it would be much harder to move the farther you get from the center. Next, let's discuss satellite images. Since the mid-20th century, humans have been sending satellites into space, and these satellites have been sending back images of our planet. These images consistently show a spherical Earth. These aren't doctored or faked images but raw data straight from the satellites. And these satellites are sent by different countries and organizations, minimizing the chance of a global conspiracy. Then there's circumnavigation. Since the time of Ferdinand Magellan's expedition in the early 16th century, humans have been circumnavigating the Earth. This means traveling all the way around the globe, ending up at the same point where one started. This wouldn't be possible if the Earth were flat, as you'd either fall off the edge or hit an insurmountable wall. But people have been circumnavigating the Earth by both sea and air for centuries, further proving the Earth's sphericity. In conclusion, the scientific evidence for a spherical Earth is overwhelming. From the force of gravity, to the satellite images we receive, to the circumnavigation of the globe we've achieved, all signs point to a round Earth. The evidence for a spherical Earth is strong, but what about the idea of a dome? Some flat Earth believers also think there's a dome over the Earth. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's delve into this fascinating concept known as the dome theory. This theory, quite popular among some flat Earth believers, proposes that our world is enclosed within a giant, transparent dome, rather like living inside a colossal snow globe, if you will. The origins of this idea can be traced back to ancient cultures across the world, from the Norse who believed in a sky dome called Yggdrasil to the Greeks with their concept of the celestial sphere. This idea of a protective barrier above us is deeply rooted in human history. In the modern age, the dome theory has found new proponents. Some of these believers argue that this dome, or firmament, is what's truly responsible for atmospheric phenomena like rainbows in the blue sky. They suggest that these are not the results of sunlight interacting with water droplets or scattered molecules, but rather the effect of light refracting off the dome's surface. Others go even further, proposing that space as we know it is a grand illusion, a projection on the dome's interior. They assert that stars, the sun, the moon, and even other planets are simply images projected onto this dome, like a planetarium show on a cosmic scale. And then there are those who claim this dome acts as a barrier, preventing us from venturing too far into space. They argue that any attempts at space exploration have been elaborate hoaxes, designed to keep us oblivious to the true nature of our world. A dome over the Earth? It sounds like science fiction, but some people firmly believe it. So, is there any evidence? Well, that's a question for another scene. Let's keep our minds open and our skepticism healthy as we navigate through these captivating theories. After all, the quest for truth is a journey, not a destination. Just like with the flat Earth theory, scientists have evidence against a dome over the Earth. And let's dive right into it. First, let's talk about the physics of domes. Domes are sturdy structures, but they need support. They must distribute their weight evenly across their base, and in theory, a dome over Earth would require an even distribution of mass around its edge. However, our planet doesn't have a consistent distribution of land and water, making a natural dome structure impossible. And what about space travel? Since the dawn of the space age in the mid-20th century, we've sent countless spacecraft beyond Earth's atmosphere. We've sent astronauts to the moon and rovers to Mars. We've even sent probes out of our solar system. If there were a dome over Earth, these feats of human exploration wouldn't have been possible. Moreover, consider our weather and climate. Meteorological phenomena like hurricanes, tornadoes, and thunderstorms all display patterns and behaviors that are consistent with a rotating spherical planet. These phenomena would behave differently under a dome structure. And let's not forget about the International Space Station and the hundreds of satellites orbiting Earth. They provide us with valuable data about our planet and its atmosphere. They wouldn't be able to function if they were trapped under a dome. And even if we entertain the idea of a dome, it would have to be made of a material that's both transparent and incredibly strong to withstand meteor impacts. But no such material exists in the natural world, and it's unlikely that it could have been manufactured. So the evidence against a dome over Earth is overwhelming. From the laws of physics to our achievements in space exploration, to our understanding of weather patterns and satellite technology, it's clear that we're not living under a dome. The dome theory, like the flat Earth theory, doesn't hold up under scientific scrutiny, but it's always good to question and investigate. So, we've taken a journey from the flat plains to the dome sky. We've delved into the mysteries and theories that have fascinated many and have been the subject of intense debate. We've dissected the flat Earth theory and its claims, exploring the evidence that both supports and contradicts it. In the same spirit, we've examined the dome theory, looking at its origins and the scientific counterarguments. We've navigated the vast ocean of information, separating the chaff from the wheat, the myths from the facts. What have we learned? That the world is a complex and wondrous place filled with mysteries that are yet to be fully understood. That it's essential to question, to investigate, to remain curious and open-minded. That theories, even those that seem far-fetched or controversial, can lead us to deeper understanding and knowledge. But let's not stop here. Let this be a starting point, a spark to ignite our curiosity and fuel our quest for truth. Let's continue to question, to probe, to explore. Let's keep our minds open to new ideas, new theories, new possibilities. Thanks for joining us on this exploration. Remember to subscribe and share us with your friends. Until next time, keep your minds open and your curiosity alive.